So, as we know, at the most recent tour itself in particular, Mahdi decided to get himself involved in between the beef between, or the confrontation, shall I say, between Danielle and Shekinah. I mean, even till now, I don't know why he got involved. Honestly, where is the relation? I'm trying to make sense out of it. But nonetheless, though, he decided to continue the conversation on his socials. And I just want to say something because when I read the screenshots, the thing that I couldn't understand is why some of his English is a bit off. And I only say that because you see, Mahdi's been known as somebody who teaches English in Iran. And also on top of that, him and Steve even wrote a book helping people from Iran and maybe other walks of life learn the English language. So I'm a bit confused why his typing's a bit Anyway, I'm just putting it out there because, boy, don't be blaming me now, folks, okay? But even when you look at the first line itself in particular, I feel like something's heavy's finally off my chest. We all know that's not how it works, but anyway, we know what he meant. But nonetheless, though, it continues here by saying, it's not because some dude tried to make it look like I was attacking this woman. I'm sorry, but how can another man make you look like he was attacking another woman? As far as I'm concerned, Mahdi came into the room, okay, standing up tall, talking with his hands. Now I understand for some people, some cultures, talking with hands at the same time is a thing that you do, okay? But sometimes when somebody talks to their hands, their body language also says a whole lot of things too. But nonetheless, though, he came in kind of hot when he came into that room to ask Danielle what her issue was with Shekinah, to ask Danielle to provide proof of her accusations against Shekinah. And when he came with a certain level of bass to his voice. You know what I mean? So, of course, in this situation, Matt decided to say, hey, hold on a minute. I'm going to step in if a man's going to come in talking to a woman like this. If Mahdi can't handle another man stepping up to obviously shut him down for the way he was talking to a woman, well, then don't do it. You know what I mean? And also on top of it, let's not forget, though, when he came in and Matt shut him down, Mahdi was then also rude back to Matt as well, which didn't make anything better. If anything, he ended up escalating the situation into something that it wasn't. Really and truly, he got involved in a situation that he had no business getting involved in. But with that being said, though, we continue where he also says, it's not even about her taking 10 steps to get into my face and put her finger in my personal space. You know the way he said it's not even about that, but yet he mentions it? I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably even forgot about that, but you're obviously making that abundantly clear because you want it to be about that. This is a tactic people use when they're looking for people to side on them, people to be on their side and to be sympathetic for them. Now, listen, I'm not condoning Danielle standing up, getting into his face, and I don't remember her putting her finger in his personal space because there was a lot going on at once, but maybe it did happen. But at the same time, though, he's talking about her getting up in his personal space, but he got up in her business in a beef that she had with somebody else that had nothing to do with him. I would understand if he was standing for his woman, kind of, but he wasn't. He was standing up for a complete stranger. So he wants to talk about personal space? Bruh, you got into a personal business between two people that you had nothing to do with. And also on top of that, this little beef with Shekinah and Danielle started before you even existed. But he wants to come in with this type of angle. Oh man, people do make me laugh, to be fair with you. And I promise you now, folks, in no shape or form am I out here trying to defend Danielle and her actions, nor Shekinah or nothing like that. It's just that when people get involved in business and they make it act as if like it was actually their business to begin with, it's diabolical behavior that has to be picked apart. But nonetheless, though, in the next screenshot itself in particular here, now I do apologize in advance. There's a word here that each time I try to say it, my start comes out, but we'll get there when we get there. Hopefully it doesn't. Just letting you know in advance. Now, he starts off here by saying, it's because after all these, the lady who teaches yoga and meditation looked me in the eyes and said, you're going to have many problems in this country. I wish my husband was here. I mean, listen, first and foremost, all right? Why are you saying the lady that teaches yoga and meditation? Why can't you just say Danielle? If you're going to speak with your chest, speak with your chest. But I know what he's doing, though. I know what he's doing. He's making people abundantly understand, and making people clearly understand that this is somebody that does yoga meditation, so therefore this person should be coming in with a much more calmer energy, which, listen, I don't disagree with at all. He's not wrong. But obviously, he's trying to paint a narrative, paint a picture that tells people, hey, just so you understand, this is the person that I'm going up against, and therefore you understand that this person isn't wrong because this is what they do. You know what I mean? I know what he's doing is. I mean, he's been a smart guy, but just not to me because I see everything. Now, here comes the part where my starter comes out. But nonetheless, though, when we continue here, He also says, and when to be fair, this whole thing about I wish my husband was here. I don't know why Danielle would say that, but that makes no logical sense in any shape or form. But regarding her saying you're gonna have many problems in this country, well, one, she's not lying, and two, I would like to think that she's saying it purely because we saw throughout the whole season him having nothing but issues with being in America to begin with, and then having issues with Stevie's obviously sexuality. I mean, throughout the whole season, he had issues with anything that was just American kind of involved. You know what I mean? Even an issue with Stevie's dad being an old man who went to monster truck driving events. You see what I'm saying? He was literally shitting on a lot of things. So to be fair, she's not wrong by saying to him, "You're gonna have many problems," especially given the fact that you're so bloody judgmental to the American culture. You know what I mean? So she ain't wrong, to be honest with you, if that's the perspective that she meant it from. But nonetheless, though, we continue here where he says, and I walked away. He says SB said. I don't know who SB is. I've been trying to figure out who SB is. And this is the thing that I don't like about this dude. Why can't he say things directly with his chest? SB is not Shekinah, because Shekinah is Shekinah Garner. And even after Shekinah Garner got married, she then became Shekinah Givon. I apologize if I said the name wrong. So it's not Shekinah. You know, so, and it's not, well, it can't be he's Stevie, because why would he, but then again, I don't know what Stevie's last name is. Now she's married to him, because I don't know what his last name is. So maybe he's referring to Stevie's own wife, but again, I don't know why he can't say people's names with his chest. Why does it keep labeling people with other names? For me personally, labeling people is just weird and childish and just pathetic, and it just shows that you're not really about that life. You want to present as if you're about that life of confronting people, but really you're not, because you're using cold words or whatever the hell you're saying. Unless maybe unless I've missed a step here, folks. But please let me know who the F is SB. Okay, the only time I hear the term the abbreviation SB is on a pair of Nikes or Jordans, where it's like, you know, skateboard. You know what I'm saying? SBs. If you know, you know. But nonetheless, though. Continues by saying he's a misogynistic. Oh, I said it that time. Last time I was stuttering. I'm gonna lie to you, but anyway, because of his culture. I mean, listen. I don't think it's fair to call someone misogynistic just because they come from. See, I started that. Oh, I messed it up. I don't think it's fair to call someone that just because they come from a culture that may have that involvement or that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't mean that's a part of who he is. I mean, right now, I don't think he's actually portrayed that per se, apart from the way he came with that hot energy towards obviously Danielle. But again, I wouldn't call it that, to be honest with you. So yeah, I think that's very far-fetched for someone to say that without, you know, actual, you know, evidence. Now, also on top of that, this little last sentence here did get me thinking. He says, and it got me thinking, but I feel like the way it's worded is very incorrectly. But he says, and she said that just because I'm an immigrant from Middle East, she knew I didn't attack her. What? She knew I just needed proof for her accusation. She knew I didn't attack her. She knew I needed proof for accusation. I don't understand why he needed proof for an accusation that Danielle made towards Shekinah. Shekinah is not your woman. Shekinah has nothing to do with you. And also, this whole beef that's been going on back and forth with Danielle and Shekinah has started way before Mahdi even began. Literally, I felt like Mahdi was trying to get airtime. I felt like he was just getting himself involved in a business that had nothing to do with him. And now he's making himself even look more like a clown, in my humble opinion. Let me know if you think I'm moving mad. Come on now. And they also continue by saying, but she made me believe that I attacked a woman. How can somebody make you believe that you attacked a woman if you know you did not attack a woman? You know what I mean? Like, end of the day, end of the day, he came into that room, guns blazing, and the people that were sitting down, literally, you could see how awkward people felt when he came in. He came in with a hot energy. All right? So if he's saying that, you know, listen, I just don't know how someone can make you believe that you attacked someone. You should know whether you did or not. Did you come in hot or not? You know? I thought this is the case you're trying to defend. But anyway, he's telling us that somebody made him believe this stuff, which is ridiculous. Absolutely, utterly ridiculous. That's not even a word. Utterly ridiculous. Anyway, with that being said, he continued by saying, I was naive enough to carry guilt for weeks just because you're a master manipulator. I'm confused. How is he carrying guilt for weeks? Bro, you got yourself involved in something that had nothing to do with you. Make it make sense. Anyway, he says you're our master manipulators. That's a plural, right? So who is the manipulators? But he's referring to more than just one person. But again, this is him again speaking in code. Continues by saying, "Yo twisted everything so well that I actually believed I attacked a woman." Again, I don't know how people can make you believe you attacked someone if you know you didn't. "I apologized 3 times in front of everyone, even when she was the one who attacked me." Oh my goodness gracious me. Playing the victim. This guy is a diva. Diva. You walked into a situation that you had nothing to do with, and then now you can't handle the backlash? Come on now. Anyway, "I apologized 3 times in front of everyone, even when she was the one who attacked me." It's funny because you came to Danielle first. Danielle did not come to you in any shape or form. You know what I mean? She was in there just talking her smack as per usual, and then you came in and started talking about where's the proof. Because I thought I was in the wrong. I mean, bruh, you was in the wrong for getting involved in something that nothing to do with you. Like, it's just that simple. And I did something unacceptable in this country. What the hell was going on here? My man is going to lengths of this comment. It's not that deep. I don't think it did anything that was unacceptable in this country. And this is the thing, though. This is the energy he was given off throughout the season. A lot of things that were happening, he was like, "Oh, this must be an American thing." Just blaming everything on America. Like, bruh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, we continue. "I'm taking back every single one of these apologies. I'm seeing people making memes about what I was beating myself up about for weeks. It's crazy." Alright, man. Listen, honestly, this guy is a total diva. He got himself involved in a situation that he had nothing to do with, and now he's crying about the fact that people have been saying XYZ about it. Grow the F up. Damn. I mean, listen, I don't know how he handles a woman like Stevie, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's a whole lot of woman, you know what I'm saying? The man is a complete diva. I mean, Stevie may need to rethink her man, you know what I'm saying? God diddly damn. But we definitely heard Stevie pop up too, you know what I mean? She got to a point where she was like, "Shut the F up." I don't know if she said it to, I think it was Danielle, or she said it to or it could have been to Amini, I don't know, but either way though. But to be fair, that's not what I meant in a different way. When I say she's a whole lot of women, I meant in a different way. Nonetheless, though, we continue here where, and also let's not forget, throughout this season, he got his friend to do his dirty work. That's how much of a diva is. You know what I mean? When he couldn't get certain things across to Stevie, what did he do? Told his friend. And then allowed his friend to pretty much talk smack to his woman. And then also on top of that, every now and then he'd make slight comments about Stevie's father. The guy is a freaking diva. Honestly, he causes his own problems. Legit. Oh my goodness. I'm just painting the picture now. Problematic. Anyway, continues here in this screenshot by saying, "Also, yo, never saw this, but I kept my hands behind my back after she came at me just so I wouldn't disrespect her." Whoa, damn. Hey folks, he put his hands behind his I mean, to be fair, that's telling me that if you hadn't kept your hands behind your back, you may have put your hands on her. Is that what you're saying? Like, what the hell? If you got to put your hands behind your back, like, that usually means, from a man's perspective, if I put my hands behind my back, it's because I'm restraining myself from actually putting my hands on you. Do you see what I'm saying? Which men would only ever do against another man. I mean, if you do it against a woman, then that means, shish, you know that you may have Now, I don't want to put out too much of that energy out there, but boy, I'm just letting you know, like, if I put my hands behind my back, it means I'm trying to restrain myself. I can promise you this now, and that's something that I've noticed for most men, to be honest with you. Like, any man that knows he's not gonna put his hands on anyone, like, or whatever, isn't gonna put his hands behind his back. He's gonna keep them where they need. He's gonna keep them in a natural position. But okay, whatever, Mr. Sympathy Seeker. In the end, what really disgusts me is how she told me I'm gonna have problem in this country because of my situation. I can see she'd never say that to me if I was an American man. Oh God, cry me a river. I just made my life harder for weeks, just because I believed what they said. Oh Jesus Christ. So basically, this man tells me that he can't stand on his own 2 feet. Oh my goodness, you let a couple words get to you for weeks, words that she said for. Come on now, get a grip. Jealousy, toxicity, manipulation, those are the only energies I saw in her aura. You know what though? When it comes to toxicity, manipulation, I definitely agree. Danielle definitely carries that aura. I ain't even gonna front on that one. He ain't lying on that one. He's like, that is truthful stuff. Jealousy, potentially too, to be fair. I don't know if I've seen enough of that. But I can see it. I can see jealousy being a part of it, but I'm not gonna put it a part of my, my situation when it comes to Danielle per se, because I haven't seen enough of that to really say yes, she's a jealous person, but I'm not going to disagree with it, because to be fair, toxicity and manipulation does tag along with jealousy, to be fair, you know what I mean? So yeah. But anyway, and I truly feel bad for people who come to her seeking healing or light. Woo-wee. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't disagreeing with that one neither, to be honest with you. At the end of the day, for me personally, you know, the things he had to say aren't things that I necessarily disagree with regarding how he sees Daniel. It's more of the fact how he's gone about it. He's gone about it like a petty little child. And the more the situation is that he created this situation himself. Okay, he created the situation. He started it. And now he's out here calling like Daniel as if she's the problem. Bruh, you are the problem to yourself. Him talking about, oh, it took me weeks to get over this because I was da. No. You brought this attention to yourself to get over it. You can't be out here complaining about how somebody did something when you're the one that began the problem. If you didn't say anything, then you wouldn't be in this predicament. Oh, what a child. What a child. Now, here's the thing. Shekinah then came out with a post that he then decided to repost himself on his story. So she came out with this on her story by saying, "Thank you so much for caring about the truth and defending me, Mahdi. I know you would have it. I know you would have done it for anyone. It wasn't for me. It was for what's right, and I respect that and admire you so much for that." Okay. You know what's crazy though? If Sapa was making the same message, right, about a female convert defended him, you know how that would go, right? Shekinah would be like, delete that right now. What are you doing? Although it should kick him out within a millisecond. Remember Sapa? I think he was kicked out like 3 times within the first month of them being married. Like, let's be real, man. Let's be real. If Sapa wrote this, yeah, he wouldn't be allowed to post it. Let's just say that. We would never know about it. You know what I'm saying? But we continue anyway with her saying, "I felt like I wasn't alone anymore." Oh, did you? Aww. Aren't you supposed to not feel alone when you're married, though? Like, are you trying to say that you felt alone even though your man was with you there? Ooh, boy. I'm going to lie to you. I'm instigating right now. I'm fully instigating. But anyway, we continue where it says, "That was a really good feeling to have such a chaotic environment full of unwell people. Thank you so much." Like, does Mahdi understand that he's defending someone that is literally a BICTH? The way she just said, have in such a chaotic environment full of unwell people. She called every single person unwell, and this is the kind of person that he's aligned himself with. Guy's an idiot. Anyway, we continue by her saying, Shekinah continued by saying, "I'm so sorry for this terrible experience you had in my country." Oh my goodness gracious me. She's another Anglo dream. My country. This is America, goddammit. Anyway, we continue. I know it's very outside of your comfort zone and the character to be confrontational, but you did so in such a noble way. Unfortunately, the people you were addressing are below the level you are on. Here we go. They are below the vibrational human beings who lack the capacity to reason with truth, integrity, and intelligence. Can't even spell intelligence, but okay, whatever. You know what's so crazy though? Does Stevie really want to be messing around with a guy that wants to mess about with flipping Shekinah? Like, come on now. I'm more disappointed in Stevie, to be honest, because I thought, you know, girl had a head screwed a little bit better, because boy, the fact that she's with a guy that's getting involved in women's business is weird alone. That's the first problem. The first problem for me is that he got involved in a woman's business. 2 women going at it, leave them to it. None of those women go back home with you. None of those women you probably never met until that day anyway. Let those women do their thing. It's that simple. Okay? But nah, he had to get involved. Ah, dear Lord. He needs to go back worrying about whether or not his missus likes women or not. Anyway, he continues. Oh, and so she continues by saying, "Anyways, I thank you again. I feel you're a protective big brother." Sapa better watch out. You may have another Dan in your case. Just kidding, just instigating. And then, of course, he's like, "Absolutely, no one deserves to be bullied by a group of people, including the man, for hours on end." Wow. If he's got a problem with Matt, like, yo, why don't you just say Matt's name? Like, just say his name. Say it with your chest. Why is he such a diva? This guy is such an instigator. He's so problematic. Just say Matt's name. I mean, honestly, like, oh, goodness gracious me. I'm surprised he hasn't called that Sapa. I'm surprised he hasn't said that, oh, you know what? It should have been your husband that stood up for you rather than me anyway. Like, how dare your man abandon you? I'm surprised he hasn't said that, to be honest with you. Oh my goodness gracious. It's crazy though. He spent a whole season having issue with his woman painting pictures of boobs, and also an issue with his woman potentially being bi, but now he's out here defending a woman's corner. This guy makes no sense. He needs help. Anyway, with that being said, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section with this calamity of a madness. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.